house prices fell by 0.1% in May, following a 0.4% increase in April. That's according to figures released this hour by Nationwide, with the average house price sitting at £260,736.
Right, let's cross now to Ben Beadle from the Residential Landlords Association. So what does this mean for house hunters and sellers?
Morning, folks. Well, it means it's still a little bit of a tricky time. I think the one thing I'm at pains to suggest is we shouldn't get too excited over the course of a month's worth of figures. But what this is, against the backdrop of, is a continuing trend. We had an uptick last month, but we had 7 consecutive months of negative figures. And I think it just goes to show that there is still a little bit of turmoil in the market, and that's underpinned by very, very high interest rates. Certainly the era of cheap debt is well over.
So obviously there's insufficient houses, so, it's really, really difficult for people to buy, first-time buyers as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely right, Peter. And I think the other issue that we see in the housing sector is also what's going on in the private rented sector as well. Not only are we seeing not enough homes being built, and those homes experiencing turmoil with increased mortgage costs, we're seeing people in the private rented sector, because there aren't enough homes there, then they're paying more rent, rents are increasing, and we're seeing a perfect storm of people paying more in the PRS, not able to move to their homes, and not enough incentives to turn generation rent into generation buy. And I think the other conundrum here is that yesterday Zoopla had a report out showing that 11% of listings were those from landlords that were selling up. And that's also causing a huge crisis of confidence, as we simply don't have enough homes of any tenure at the moment.
And Ben, it comes as the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is facing pressure to bring back Help to Buy. It's all in this plan to help to woo younger voters, because it is a popular policy, isn't it, for getting young people on the housing ladder?
Yeah, I mean, that's right. And certainly the Conservatives do need to have an offer for that kind of voter. I guess the concern that the sector has is that it doesn't always encourage homes to be built in the right sort of place. And it can have a tendency to inflate the market. I think what we would rather see is a much more holistic approach to housing, where we have incentives to increase supply in the private rented sector by reversing some tax changes, but also having some incentives for first-time buyers to be able to overcome some really tricky challenges around very, very high mortgage interest rates at the moment. That's if they can get them at all.
Well, thanks for the chat, Ben Beadle.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Really good to see you this morning. Thank you.